everybody, welcome back to Stone Mountain BBQ. We're going to cook up some steaks today. As y'all know, I'm on this carnivore diet. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm a strict carnivore, but I have been carnivore-ish for about 2.5 months now. So today what we're going to cook, I'm going to show you how I've been cooking my steaks and things like that for this diet. Sometimes it's just a pain to bust out a grill or bust out a skillet, get everything going with the butter and everything and make them, the right way, I guess you could say. So what I have today is I have this 3-pack of certified Angus New York strips, total about 2.18 pounds is what it says here. Price on these were about $14.99 a pound, so we paid about 32 bucks for 3 of them. Typically I wouldn't splurge on these. My wife stopped by the store yesterday and she was nice enough to pick these up for me. I'm more of a chuck steak kind of guy. They're like $4 a pound and I usually buy about 6 steaks for the week. But we're going to cook up the 2 smaller ones of this one today, and I'm going to package the larger one for later on in the week, and this will be my OMAD for the day, my 1 meal for the day. So as you can probably hear in the background, I have the Power Air Fryer Pro preheating right now. I went ahead, turned it on, set it to 400 degrees. That's the highest temperature that it will reach. And then we're gonna let it preheat for about 10 to 15 minutes. This method doesn't have the basket, or this air fryer doesn't have the basket. All it has is these grates that you slide in. It comes with a rotisserie and some other things too. But all I've been using is just this metal grate. You haven't seen much of this air fryer on the channel if you've watched from when I did the cooks before, mostly because I love the way it cooks, but I hate cleaning it. These mesh grates are a pain to clean. The grease, it doesn't have like a grease basket, it's just a pan. So I line it with foil and do it that way. But it does make a little bit of a mess, so it is a little bit of a pain. However, since starting this diet, I have learned that it's very simple, very quick, and very easy to cook steaks in this thing. So I wanted to show you guys in case you're looking for an alternative to doing a skillet or things like that. So it's a long-winded intro, but y'all stick with me. We'll see what we can do. All right, guys, so while we are waiting on the air fryer to preheat, we're gonna go ahead and get these things seasoned up. Now, a lot of folks that are doing the carnivore, they're just gonna say throw salt on there and that be it. I'm trying something a little bit different out today. I am, like I said, not hardcore. So we're gonna throw a little bit of this Crystal's Louisiana hot sauce. Ingredients in it are just aged red cayenne, peppers, distilled vinegar, and salt. So we're just gonna go ahead and almost like we're gonna do a binder on these New York strips. We're gonna see if it'll give it any flavor, add any kind of heat or spice to it. I am missing all of my barbecue rubs that I used to use. I've been very, well, not very, but I've been pretty good about making sure that I'm not using any kind of sugary rubs and things like that. So once we have that side there, sort of smothered or slathered with some hot sauce, I'm gonna go ahead and hit these with some salt. Now I'm gonna do quite a bit of salt because these are pretty thick. They're about 1 inch to 1.25 inches thick. So they can handle the salt. We'll let that sit for just a second and then we'll flip it over and we'll do the other side. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and salt up this other side. We've already got our hot sauce on there. And I'm gonna do a few stabs with this, I don't know what it's called, a meat tenderizer thing, just to see if we can make it any better. In this air fryer. These aren't highest quality, highest grade New York strips. They are certified Angus, but they're not, they're probably just select or something. I don't even know. They didn't have a grading, so. All right, we're gonna let that salt go. Let that hot sauce do whatever it's gonna do. And then we're getting ready to throw them in. Now you'll notice I went ahead and put them on this rack. There's no butter, there's no spray, there's no oil or anything like that on this rack. That is one thing I've stuck to also. I haven't had any kind of seed oils, no vegetable oils, nothing like that. So that's one reason. Sometimes these do stick, so we'll see what happens here. But let's get these things put in the air fryer. All right. Air fryer's still rolling over here, but I will show y'all how I am going to put it in here. So as you can see, we're still on 400. That's what mine looks like in there. And then I put it, there is a rack for the rotisserie. I put it on the shelf right under it. Oh, I thought that was touching my skin. That's pretty funny. So that's what we're going to look like in there. Got both of them separated so the air can circulate. And we're going to go ahead and close this up. You can see it's already got 4 minutes left on the preheat. Still on 400 degrees. We're going to raise the time to about 9 minutes. Y'all can see me in the reflection. I'm going to change the time to about 9 minutes and let it go from there. We'll check and see what it temps at then.
Feels like it's in there for an hour.
Off. Alright. Looks like our minute is up. This is the air fryer winding down. It's still hot, still heating. There we go. I have my thermopop. Instant read. We're going to pull one of these out. Stick a probe right in the middle of it. Ow, that's hot. Ow, it's hot. We actually may have went a little bit over, right at 145, 150 on there. So I'll show you what these look like. So there is what they look like right out of the air fryer. We got some pretty decent rendering of the fat, but now the biggest difference on an air fryer than a skillet is you're not going to get that sear like you would. I will tell y'all though, these things smell amazing. Like I can smell that hot sauce and it smells pretty good. Go ahead and get this guy out of the way. We'll let them rest for just a minute. But they look pretty good. I'm still excited. I mean, they're cooked, so. But I think they are a little bit over. They're probably a little bit like medium well. But luckily, I didn't get this big being picky. Alrighty. They've rested for about a minute. I'm hungry and I can't wait. Usually, is it weird to see in the bottom of my mouth? Usually, I would throw a dollop of some Kerrygold butter or something like that on here. But these are super juicy and I don't think I'm going to need it. My mouth's watering. They smell really good. Now, like I said, in the air fryer, you're not going to get that crust like you would in a skillet. And that may be a, downside for you. Me, I don't really care. It's good either way to me. Let's go right in the middle of this one here. I'm very surprised at what I see. When I temped this in the middle, it was showing 150 to 154. But y'all can see that is a beautiful cook. Oh, the light is, I mean, like if I cover the light, there it is. Look at that. That's beautiful. That makes my mouth water even more. Y'all like my knife? This is handmade by my good buddy, Mr. Summers at Summers Forge. Go check him out on Insta. So the light is washing out the color when I bring it close to the camera so you can see. So maybe I can just hold it down here and maybe zoom in and edit. If not, I apologize. But you can see it's definitely not overdone. It's definitely not well done. and you can see how juicy it is. I mean, you can see how it like glistens in the light. It's very juicy. So let's take a bite. I can smell the hot sauce. I honestly think I'm going to be able to taste the hot sauce. The cook surprises me. Okay, now I know I said I've been doing this, but I've been doing it with like 1/4 inch to maybe, 3/4 of an inch chuck steaks. So usually 8 to 10 minutes, they're pretty much gray all the way through. I'm very glad I didn't go 10 minutes with these. Now, let's talk about the age-old question. What is your favorite cut of meat for a steak? Honestly, I'm a New York strip guy. I know that's not really the popular choice because you have ribeyes and some people like sirloins. I even like chuck steaks. Maybe it's because they're cheap and I'm a tightwad. But it's so juicy. And I get a hint of that Crystal's Louisiana hot sauce. That's a winner. Like, y'all need to try that. Rub your steaks down with some hot sauce before you salt them. Now, I don't know how it would do in a skillet, of course, because it may just burn off. I'm not sure, but there's no sugar in that, so it shouldn't technically burn. I would consider this a win. Like, if you enjoy steak and you're in a time crunch like this, total cook literally took me 15 minutes. I didn't have to wait on a skillet to get hot. I didn't have to wait on buttermilk. I didn't have to sit there and manage it like I walked around the house for 9 minutes. The longest thing it took me was taking it out of the pack and getting it seasoned up the way I wanted it. Everything else was just push a button. So, is it my favorite way to cook steak? No. I love reverse searing a steak. Y'all seen me post videos. You've seen me say it's the best way to cook steak. You'll never change my mind about that. Reverse searing a steak, whether it's on the oven and on the stove or in a smoker and on a grill, that is the best way to cook a steak. However, if you're cooking steaks almost every single day, that guy right over there, that does work. I mean, 15 to 20 minutes, and you're sitting down and eating. And it's delicious. Juicy, very, very well cooked, and very flavorful. We got a little fat piece on the end, like butter. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is good. Like, I don't really have words to say. After eating chuck steaks for 2 weeks, or sirloin top steaks, or steakums. By the way, steakums is all beef, 100% beef. Like, their ingredients is literally beef. Now, if you don't care what kind of beef you're getting, might be an option for you. But this is good. Like, I'm gonna go and finish eating this. Y'all let me know if you've ever used one of these Power Air Fryer Pros to cook a steak. And if you have, did you do the same way I did, or did you do something different? Let me know. Hey guys, I appreciate you for watching. This carnivore diet is going really well for me. I really like it. I'm enjoying it. Be sure to stay tuned for some update videos coming soon. And I'm still planning to do that 5 things I wish I had known about carnivore beforehand video, maybe sometime earlier in this week. So, I appreciate you for watching again. Y'all stick with me. We'll see what we can do. Thanks, guys. God bless.